Hey everyone, this is John from the script department, here to tell you about our Kickstarter project, Italia Noir, Murder on the Amalfi Coast. Italia Noir follows Jack Broderick, a disgraced LA private investigator in 1950, who escapes to post-war Italy and finds himself consulting on a Hollywood film production on the Amalfi Coast. And while there, he falls for a recently widowed socialite, makes enemies with an unscrupulous Carabinieri inspector, as well as a deadly Camorra, the Napoli's mafia, all of whom seem to have an insatiable interest in the death of a local Amalfi pageant winner. Italia Noir will play out as a 6-part scripted podcast thriller, inspired by the pulp radio dramas of the 1950s, as well as the LA Noir thrillers from film and television. It's got all the tropes and conventions you'd expect from a story about a Los Angeles private eye, but it's the Mediterranean location and how it plays into the investigation that sets our story apart from others. 1950s Amalfi was quickly becoming a haven for the rich and powerful, looking for privacy and an escape from the rest of the world. Hollywood was making movies there, and while the locals were still recovering from the Second World War, the other half were carving up the ancient landscape for themselves. It's in this intersection between wealth and poverty, the famous and those hungry to be famous, where the heart of our story lies. Italia Noir was co-written with an Italian screenwriter, Michela Cortese, a lecturer in screenwriting and an expert in investigative thrillers. And to give our protagonist that same level of authenticity, we've enlisted acclaimed actor and writer Dylan Cussman to be our script reader for the show. Dylan's recent credits include the Clint Eastwood films Richard Jewell and The Mule, as well as big blockbusters like The Mummy, Jack Reacher, and a whole host of other great films. Like all our episodes, the reading is accompanied by cinematic music and atmospheric sound to create an experience that sits somewhere in between watching a movie and listening to an audiobook. Here's some we did previously.
Dear Amanda, I hope this letter finds you. Amanda's immediately overcome with emotion. She wipes her tears and continues. By now, I know I will never leave this island. They are coming.
Francis quietly enters and puts his bag on the bed. I know what the drink does to a man. Thank you, Finbar.
When it rained heavily, it brought the smell of wet grass and blossoming plant life. It awakened the aroma of lavender and decaying trees.
To fund the project, we need £2,500. All the money raised will go towards paying the talent and the recording facilities, so that we can ensure the highest quality production. The show will then be released for free for everyone to listen to on all major podcasting platforms, including our own podcast feed in the spring of this year. We do have some rewards to offer as well, which range from digital copies of all the screenplays, script department t-shirts, script consultancy packages for any aspiring screenwriters out there, and for fans of the show who would like to contribute an episode of their own, we have some premium packages that give you the chance to work with us to have your writing produced on the show as well. This is definitely our most ambitious project to date, but we're really excited to share it with you all, and with your support, we'll be able to make it possible. So if all this sounds good to you, and if this is a story that you'd like to listen to on your commute to work in the mornings, or if you're a fan of audiobooks and looking for that next great thriller to tie you over, why not become one of our backers? Get your name on the credits, and help us to continue to showcase great stories from great screenwriters. And who knows, if it's a success, maybe we'll have more stories from Broderick's adventures in Italy. Thanks for listening.